Humans and non-humans of all genders in various states of undress and sobriety, eyes glassy from lust and assorted substances, mingled in the roomy area of the well-lit downstairs bar. At that stage it posed a challenge to tell the whores from the punters. For a while it appeared as if the outing would turn into a prolonged drinking session for me. "No one tickles your fancy, Sergeant Lázhien?" The pretty proprietor, a plump, mature Nasirian, had introduced herself to me earlier, but I'd immediately forgotten her name. "Tell me your type. We aim to accommodate all tastes." "I have no type." I tossed back another shot of plum moonshine and cringed at the burn in my gullet. One thing was clear, they didn't fuck about with their liquor in this place. A raucous ripple of laughter rang out from the wooden gallery above us, where the pricier whores kept lodging and conducted their business. Following the source of the commotion, I looked up. 2 men and a woman had just come out of a room on the mezzanine floor. Judging by the way the joke had them all in stitches, it must have been top-notch. The high-born couple, dressed in layers of greys and silvers as the latest fashion dictated, stood in contrast with the shirtless and barefoot whore. He sported only a pair of low-slung, undone breeches, offering the world a generous glimpse of his hips and groin. I couldn't make out their words, but I recognised that the merry gathering held a conversation in common Elven. It didn't surprise me. For one, it had been the language of the nobles and courtiers since the Emperor had taken the throne 30-odd years before. Secondly, the whore was a half-breed elf. A closer glance at him and my mouth went dry. His lean figure, luminous skin and angular eyes. The pointy tips of his ears poked through a cascade of red hair. Not copper, ginger or auburn, not mahogany, but blood red. Intricate tattoos on the sides of his face announced his incubus heritage. Obsolete Imperial law still called for the marking of Ti'i Matashi, even though their magic had declined through the centuries, shrinking their power to a fraction of that possessed by their demonic forefathers. The redhead's companions waved their farewells and made for the stairs. He leant over the railing in a nonchalant pose, his sculptured arms folded on top of the barrier. There was a note of arrogance in the way he examined the crowd below, and shamelessly displayed his ethereal beauty. It took a moment, but eventually his gaze fell upon me. At first he seemed to stare through me. Then he measured me up, blatant and hostile somehow, as though ascertaining my worth, leering at me in a downright insolent manner. I couldn't look away, turned on and irate at the same time. Insane as it might have been, I felt the physical touch of fingers running over my body. The sensation set my flesh on fire. Next thing I knew, his mouth set into a condescending smirk. He averted his eyes and pivoted on his heel. Before he disappeared, I observed his lush hair swish to the side and cover his shoulders and back like a fiery silk cloak. The slam of his door felt very much like a slap to my face. I flinched. The man was a half-naked whore who earned his living on his knees and elbows. He'd just serviced not one but 2 clients. The stickiness of sex, the ripe smell of it must have still lingered on his skin. Yet it was I, drill master with the Imperial forces with the rank of sergeant, who'd ended up appraised like a bull at a cattle market. One who didn't quite make the cut, to cap it all. And he'd tossed his ridiculous hair at me, for fuck's sake. A mix of rage and want clenched my gut. The owner's snicker helped me snap out of it. "Ouch," she said, covering her lips with her hand. A fit of laughter shook her dainty figure. "I think he likes you." Somehow I disagreed.